Well, addressing the first question, whether the Portuguese economy is pushing for the real estate sector or the real estate sector is really pushing for the Portuguese economy is a two-way round. It's a two-way round because you cannot speak about a dynamic country, a dynamic economy, without speaking about its real estate sector in all its parts. In the case of Portugal, the real estate sector is getting a lot of help from international investors. Portugal has been clearly a country which has a macro dynamic and micro dynamic that is allowing international investors to put capital in Portugal, because there is clearly an opportunity despite being a small country. And this allows us to see the future with positive lenses. We can see that Portuguese economy is developing, has a above trend GDP growth, it's a declining inflation rate, good public finances conditions, and this is allowing a continuation of the trend, the positive trend that we've seen, I would say, since 2018, interrupted by COVID, but afterwards we have getting above that trend again. So the second part of the question about the legislation, I think that we have a good legislation. Regulators have made changes throughout the years that allowed for the regulated part of the market to be better conditioned, and there is still some topics that can be addressed. It's not so much in the law, but rather on the fiscal conditions that are given to corporations, namely for corporations that need more equity. And Portugal is in strong need, despite not being so leveraged as it used to be, is still in strong need of equity culture, having more capital to address the needs of several sectors, namely for housing. And if we will have the right fiscal incentives for housing, probably we'll get more capital being addressed to that sector, and more capital being addressed to that sector means that the housing problem has a potential solution, which nowadays is clearly one of the handicaps in the Portuguese economy.